How do you prepare for a big event like the 2019 WSOP? Let's talk about it in this video. Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Andreas and I talk about poker news, poker strategy and poker life. In this video specifically, I'm going to get into the WSOP preparation for this year and give you some ideas on how to prepare for it. The most important thing that you have to have in place is a strategy that's actually winning. Whether you play 1-2 to 5, it doesn't really matter, but you have to be sure that at the games you're going to play the WSOP, you can win. A lot of people that go out there, they just try to play and hope for good luck, especially at tournaments, but they don't have a winning strategy going into these events. In order to know whether you do have a winning strategy in place, all you gotta do is play a lot online. And in my case, playing almost 1 million hands of PLO over the last couple of years and almost playing 10,000 tournaments as well, I can definitely say that I'm confident to sit down at a live poker table and just win up to some level, given also that I follow strict bankroll management. However, over the years, I've realized that poker is not all about strategy and that I had to optimize my poker performance just apart from the strategy as well. So what I did over the last couple of months is look a little bit more into my sleep, my nutrition, my exercise, and try to optimize basically all areas of my life in order to just, play better during the sessions, play longer hours. I could just put in so much more volume and in order to just make more money at the tables. Let's get into what I've done when it comes to sleep. I've actually tracked all my nights over the last month or so, first using a Fitbit watch and then later on using an Oura ring, which is just a better sleep tracker that determines how long you spend into each sleep phase during the nights. And what I'm trying to accomplish is I'm trying to see my routine and change one variable and determine whether that has a good effect or a bad effect on my sleep. For example, the point where you're going to bed. You can basically, for example, get up at 8 a.m. every day and do that for a month and then get up at 11 a.m. every month and see whether that actually deteriorates things and whether that is going to be significantly worse. And in poker, that's especially important because a lot of the times we tend to get up really late because of playing in cash games until the late hours. In Vegas, it's going to be probably a bit different because the cash games run 24/7. So I can just get into games whenever I want. And I have to basically make sure that I don't let the games and not quitting in a game take the sleep away from me. So that's going to be the main challenge when it comes to sleep. The second thing I started tracking is my nutrition. And what I did very consistently is eating the same breakfast almost every day of the last 6 weeks or so, or even 9 weeks. And what I did add into that breakfast is that I started with a yogurt. It would be best to use a plain yogurt, but I use a fruit yogurt still, just because I don't like plain yogurt. I add on linseeds. Linseeds, they help a lot with your digestion. So if you're flying a lot, it might be that your digestion gets a little bit weird, and linseeds and drinking a lot of water just keeps that really smooth, I would say. And then adding other seeds like pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, I think is also a really good addition. I add on some oats, of course, and then also some kind of dried berries. Sometimes they have a little bit of sugar, of course, in them, but they give it a bit of flavor. And then occasionally add in a fruit like an apple or a banana. And you just have to observe how much that increases your sugar blood sugar spikes during the day afterwards. But having that breakfast in place. And also I think some chia seeds, if you're interested exactly. I did have a story on my Instagram account, which you can find in the description below. Breakfast turned out really easy, and I think the other two meals turned out to be so much tougher for me to get in check because, I couldn't find something that I wanted to eat every day because it's just not so much fun. So, also the point of where you're eating the second meal and the third meal tended to be a lot tougher for me to create a good habit around it because I was just playing poker so randomly over the day or doing also some different things during the day. So I wouldn't eat at the same point every day. And also think about it, if you eat a meal or a big meal before you go play poker, that actually could make you pretty fatigued if you're like 2 hours into the session, so that would be really bad. So I had to look at, okay, what kind of food do I want to eat? And I just constantly have to still do some testing, and it probably takes a lot of months still to figure out the optimal way to basically eat before a poker session, just to have a much better performance at the tables. The next point is exercise. I just started noticing that in my life, I was just using my brain way too much compared to using my body. And I just had to go more often to the gym than just twice a week. It just wasn't enough that I was just there for like 45 minutes, an hour, twice a week. So I had to, start going there more regularly, which I started doing about 3 weeks ago. And it's definitely having a great effect on my life because I just am moving a lot more, and it's just not that I'm just constantly just working or using my brain, but just also using my body to do exercise. I do a bunch of just weightlifting exercises, just trying to work out all the different muscle types, and also doing some swimming, which I have enjoyed in the past. And I just feel a lot better when I go swimming, and I also relax afterwards a little bit, just to recover from the mental strain that's there when you play poker. Next up is going to be the mindset, and I actually made a video on my YouTube channel about the mindset and the way I see it. And that is that if you have an automatic decision process that's in check, then your emotions can never fully take over. So, for example, even if you're super angry, if you have a decision-making process that's telling you what to do in a certain situation, then yeah, your emotions could influence it a little bit and sometimes sway one decision one way or the other. But if you know that something is super terrible and you have a reasonable mindset, you're never going to take the other decision. It's just not like that. If you know that a call on the river is super terrible because of blockers and whatever, you're not going to make the call, even if you're angry, just because you respect the game enough and you just know that it's actually bad. But then apart from that, if you want to have one of the best mindsets, obviously, and the mindset is a pretty big area of the game, then you have to look at other professionals who are better than you. You cannot compare yourselves with recreational players and what mindset they have, because you should beat them anyway. But if you look at some of the best, you can really tell like how much work they've put in, and when it comes to mindset, or they're just naturally very good at it already. So what I'll start doing is I started working also on more mindset, and started journaling, putting down some of my thoughts and then analyzing them, whether they were true, and trying to really figure out what it is that made me tilt during sessions or made me angry. So what also I picked up this book by Leszek Padurovic, which is The Mental Edge, which you can get on Amazon, I think. And it helped me just to also go through all the different topics of mindset again, because I think it's a really great framework that you can use and investigate your areas of the game. It's not only about your emotions and thoughts that you have in game, but also about how we prepare for sessions. It's a lot about the optimization that I just talked about before in different areas of your life. That is all that there is to mindset, and it's not just that simple. And you think about emotions and it affecting your game, and then you playing maybe the F game or something. If you just think about it this way, I think you're making the topic much smaller unnecessarily, and you're missing out on a lot of edges to be gained. I do want to document my journey in Vegas this year, so if you know anyone who can do some editing, please reach out to me, because I probably need more people doing that kind of work, because after a long session of 8 hours or 10 hours, I cannot do additional few hours of editing. So if you know anyone, please reach out to me. Now I want to ask you, what did you take away from this video? Let me know in the comment section below what you learned from my breakdown of how I prepare for Vegas. Also, if you're a recreational player, maybe you don't have the time to do all of this effort to watch all your areas of your life and try to optimize them. So what do you do first? And why? How do you prepare for some bigger event that you might just play recreationally and you have a job on the side, but you just want to prepare for that? Let me know in the description below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching this video, and I'm going to see you for the next one.